Every weekend we had parade and we had the march, and we were in a group of 6 barracks, and each barracks had the march, and the best group got what was called, it was a flag, got a flag. It was called a rooster. They had a white flag with a rooster right in the center of it, and that was whoever had the rooster had the best marching group in this 6 barracks compound. So we did win the rooster one week, I remember, but it was only because we left this one kid in the barracks because he could not stay in step. Every time we get going, you know, he would get out of step, and our company commander would yell at him, and everybody would start laughing, and they had to leave him there in the barracks because we would never have won a rooster with him, you know. But he couldn't help it. He just couldn't. He couldn't handle it. He couldn't stay in step with a other person alongside of him, you know. I don't know why. It's the simplest thing in the world. But he didn't do it. But anyway, that was some of the things. And we had a couple of guys, or at least one I know of, and I think there's another one, that wouldn't shower. And so finally, after a couple of weeks, 4 or 5 guys grabbed him and took him into the shower and scrubbed him down with his clothes on. I mean, they scrubbed him down with these scrub brushes, not soap and water. And he better get that. After that, he was the first one lined up in the to take a shower. You know, you just couldn't go in there any time of the day and night and take it. They had certain times for you to take it. But that was one of the odd things that happen, and because people come from all over the country, you know, and they have different ideas about what their personal life, personal hygiene and everything. But anyway, different things happened, and one of the companies in our group were a bunch of New Yorkers. And just before time for them to graduate from boot camp and get a, I think it was a 2-week leave, the company commander was coming up the sidewalk and coming into the building, and these sailors were in a window upstairs in the barracks, and they dropped a balloon on his head full of water, and they lost their privilege of getting a leave. They got shipped right out to the West Coast. So they didn't, but they'd been in trouble all the time that we were there. I mean, they were always doing something stupid, you know, and they thought it was funny. And we did too, but now you look back on it, you realize, you know, you lost your privileges. And things like that went on. But, you know, young people they're going to do tricks. They're going to have fun. And so anyway, we got our leave, and I went home. And even the short time that I was in boot camp, I got home and things had changed, you know.
How so?
Well, everything was rationed. Food was rationed, gasoline, repair parts for your automobile, anything, furniture, whatever you normally buy, and it was rationed. The government issued books of stamps, and you only had so many stamps to buy for the month. Well, if you used them up too soon, you went without. Or half the time, or what I hear, half the time the grocer didn't have a lot of stuff that you wanted anyway. It was going towards the servicemen, you know. Clothing was kind of rationed, just about everything you can think of. So the people didn't have a whole lot to spend their money on. And they couldn't go anywhere. I mean, everything was shut down, you know, tight.